Made in Abyss absolutely breaks you. It is one of my favorite animes of all time, and I just want to dive deep into this video right now. So the premise of Made in Abyss is it's a really cutesy animated show. Like it looks very cute, like for little kids. In this little village, there's a massive hole in the ground, the abyss, as you call it, and you've got our main character Rico, who's an orphan because her mum has apparently died down in the abyss, and she meets a half robotic boy called Reg on the first layer of the abyss. But to break it down, the abyss has got loads of like treasures from the past, so they go down all these miners, collect all the treasures, bring them back up. And if you get to a certain level of collecting, you become a white whistle, which is like the the elite of the elite. Anyway, there's this show. Anyway, Rico really wants to go and be one of these miners. She ends up going down. She goes to the first layer because the abyss has got all different layers, and there's a thing called the curse of the abyss. And depending on how far you go down, is how much the curse affects your body. Like if you go down too far, come up too quick, your insides will just like rip out. This is a very dark anime hidden in its animation style, and I picked it up after they recommended it on Trash Taste Podcast. Shout out to them. Got into it, and especially when you get later on to the series, episode 13, it starts getting horrendous. Um, there's broken into season one, and a film in between, and then season two. I know season three is not actually happening yet. Yeah, it's a movie coming out later this year. But I break down the season one. Rika and Reg, they start going lower and lower into the abyss. They're not meant to. They break away from the orphanage, get down to it, and they come across some absolutely messed up, messed up organisms. There's things you couldn't even imagine. And they end up meeting this bipedal, that's the word, I can't remember the name of the character, half rabbit, half human type of thing, in the abyss. She's got a best friend called Missy. And let's cut to it. Her Mitty is like this blob, like Ditto of Pokemon, but a lot worse looking. The later on in the series it goes to, because he said Mitty's the best friend, it shows how Mitty became Mitty. And this girl was also from like an orphanage. She met Mitty, who was really friendly to her. And later on in the show, they meet one of the most evil characters, in my opinion. I would say this guy's worse than Griffith. I know everyone had a give me the pitchforks. I don't think Griffiths is that bad, but I generally think Bondred is probably one of the most evil characters in all animation, or film and animation, and gaming in general. But what this Bondred guy was doing, because the curse of the abyss affects your blood, he's getting all these young children to come down because he's quite a low layer down in the abyss, and then he'd get these children, put them in like these test tubes to see how their bodies are reacting to the abyss, if he's got the outlier who can evolve with the abyss or with the curse. But what he was doing with these kids, he was basically ending them and using their blood in these special cartridges for himself, so he could go in these lower levels of the abyss without affecting his body, just the cursed kid's blood. And that's what happened to me. She got put in a tube, and then she ended up completely melting away. You go into the movie. The movie with Bondrewd is incredible. I'd highly recommend it. It's on High Dive. I watched it on there. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but you watch that movie and you'll realise why Bondrewd is the biggest scumbag in the world. Do you know, I will spoil it. He takes in an orphan as a daughter for his own. She loves him. He actually appears to love her for how he acts in the film. She does everything for him. She just wants to please him. Then later on in the film, he makes sure she dies so he can use her blood to go forward. His own daughter, and like I know, Made in Abyss has got some um, negative press, especially, and I think it was Korea. Some dude got cancelled. Some celebrity got cancelled because he had the Made in Abyss manga on his shelf in an interview, and obviously, you know, the mangas are very graphic. But then, obviously, season two, it gets it's even more just craziness. They just have another like story, which you really need to watch this show. I really can't recommend it enough. But there's a horrible twist into the end. Everyone's fucked up. But this show, yeah, it gets you. This is probably one of the only shows I've ever watched, and I've sat down after and gone, fuck. I highly recommend it. It's on High Dive. Go watch it now.